It's that time. Welcome to Roadmap, how to take 3 listings a week until you're ready for more. Each week, we interview a great agent taking several listings each week, and we have an exciting guest today. We encourage you to take notes and apply as much of their knowledge as quickly as you can, and then use the copycat principle. Let me introduce my co-host from San Diego, Carly Hathaway. That's carlyhathaway.com. Hi, Carly. How's the real estate business?
Hi, Ren. Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Real estate in San Diego is great. Homes are selling quick, so it's a good time.
Great. Before I introduce our guest today, I want to remind everyone that we are also simulcasting the show on the private lead gen group on Facebook. They have 52,000 members, so we have a large audience there today as well. We will be pausing for a commercial message during the show as a thank you to the lead gen folks. Let's welcome our guest today from a great area of the world, Northern Virginia, Maryland, little parts of West Virginia, Loudoun County up there in that DC area, Carolyn Young. Hi, Carolyn Young. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. Excited to talk to you. We were talking a couple seconds off stage about some things, and you have an exciting life, and we're looking forward to diving in a little bit.
Yeah, we're so excited to have you today. Thank you. Hey, can we start
No
out with
problem.
Can we start out with your goal this year?
So our goal this year as a team, we've been on a growth spurt over the past 4 years, but our goal was to hit 250 transactions and 2.5 million in volume or in commissions.
2.5 in commissions. Love it. And are you on track?
We are. We're ahead of it.
Nice. Love hearing that. Good, good. So what is your main source of income? How do you create more business? Are you a buyer's agent, listing agent?
So I have a team, and our team has 4 agents on it, with including me. And basically, I maintain the listing inventory. I do most of the listings.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And how do you bring those listings to you? You just kind of sit around and wait for them to call you, or Facebook ads?
Nope. I take more of the hunter mindset. I use Vulcan7. I'm a big fan of it. Definitely changed my career over the last few years.
Okay, great. So you're on the phone, you're calling, you're hunting.
Yes, our team is big on prospecting. For us, our team, especially right now with all this COVID going on, everybody's social distancing, that we kind of did it all the time anyway, but we do it more. We're all on from 9:30 to about noon, and we're prospecting. We all prospect. We're all trying to set appointments every morning, and then usually the afternoon, evenings, and weekends we're on appointments.
Nice. I like it. And you start your prospecting at 9:30. Who are you starting those phone calls with? Who's your first call of the morning?
My first call in the morning are all the new expireds.
Okay. All right. And do you stay on script when you're calling these expireds, or do you just kind of wing it? What are you doing?
So, I do a lot of coaching. I'm in with Tom Ferry, which I love the organization. And I've studied a lot of scripts. But I think for anybody, you can't be scripted. You have to make it your own. So I got the mindset behind the scripts, probably comes out a little bit differently.
Yeah. Okay. All right, good. But it's question based and things like that.
Has this always been easy for you, or how did you get into it? You like a little rejection here and there?
You definitely have to thicken your skin a little bit for that rejection. So it was in the beginning, I was inspired by people who were doing it, in a group I'm in with Tom Ferry. And so, when you start calling in the beginning, I thought, wow, people are doing really well, and I can't wait to do it. And I started calling. I'm like, oh my God, I was getting eaten alive. I'm like, people don't want to call them. And, I hung up a couple times in tears. I was like, man, this is like brutal. And, but I kept saying, that old saying, if they can do it, I can do it. So I just kept kind of listening to what I was saying, changing what I was doing, change my attitude when I'm talking. It's just like anything. You got to figure it out until it works. And then once I got to the point where I was adjusting things, you started getting some appointments, and it took, it took a good 6 months to get a good rhythm going. And then at that point on, we pretty much began, listing anywhere from 15 to 35 homes a month.
Amazing. That's great.
So if I hear you correctly, you've got their dialogue. In other words, what you were saying in the first few times worked all right, and then you got better at it and better at it, and tried this sentence and that sentence and this script and that dialogue. So the skill is an important factor.
And confidence, Ren. The more you do it and you get a few and you understand the process more and what you can do to help people, because these people are, for me, I come from a place of, empathy. I like to help people. I like to help people figure things out. So for me, it's important when I call, you're stuck, things didn't work out. I want to know what I can do to fix it.
Right. If you're coming in contribution, man, people love it.
I love it.
Yeah. And it's a good mindset to go into the calls with too.
Yeah.
So now when, a new expired eats you alive, do you start crying? What do you do now?
No. Well, at this point, it makes it fun. so, now if, people, it's actually, I enjoy it. So it's fun. I don't mind at all.
Yeah, because you're confident and you know what to say.
It's almost like they're kind of, a little wounded, a little upset. And a lot of them have had bad experiences, so it's my job to turn around and give them a better sense of what it's like to work with someone that knows what they're doing and someone that can help them figure things out.
Mm-hmm. That is such a great attitude to have. And so you get on the phones at the same time every day. Do you have a really strict morning routine, or do you kind of play it by ear? How does that work for you?
So my goal is to, to try to get on the phone every morning from 9 to 12. Been in a very continued growth path over the last 4 years. And so for me, it's been, it's a challenge trying to manage everything, right? So my goal is to make 1 hour uninterrupted, just focus 1 hour of calling. And if you do that every day, it's going to change your business. I don't care who you're calling. You can call your friends or whatever. You just got to call people for an hour. But I like to call longer, but we have, a lot of listings. I have a lot of stuff pending, and, so I'm a big multitasker. So.
Okay. That's good. But
I try.
Go ahead.
In the morning. I try to focus in the morning. I do mine.
Yeah. Cause you want to be one of the first ones to get to those new expireds, right?
It doesn't matter, to be honest.
Oh yeah? A
lot of people think they need to be first, but then you don't. It's just when you call, you just need to get on the phone and call. Like you want to call at least sometime that day or the next day.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter if you're first or 30th. It really doesn't matter. If you're 30th, they might be a little bit more upset.
Mm-hmm.
But,
and they kind of learn how to get other agents off the phone too. Like they almost have a script down when you're the 15th, 16th, 17th call.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's still fine though. Like you can, once you do it for a while, you can still get them to talk.
Right, because of your skill level. So if you're a newer agent, being early helps a little bit because you don't necessarily know what to say, and that person hasn't built up any defenses. So.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So again, skill.
Yeah, skill, and then the skill is going to give you that confidence, and the confidence does show through on the phone for sure.
Absolutely.
So you've been doing this for a few years, not too many. How many years?
It's my, I have to think, I think it's my 3rd year in.
3rd year in, but even with your sheer volume, you've got a good sized database of past clients now.
Oh yeah.
So are you working them? Are you working the people, your past clients?
We take care of our past clients and always trying to get new ones. It's a constant struggle between what you do,
Okay, so you're talking to them. You're talking to the people you know.
We try to stay in touch with everybody now.
Okay.
All right,
So
just
you're
check.
hitting the phones, and the phones is like your main source of business. I mean, to bring in 2.5 in commissions, you're on the phones, and you've only been doing this 3 years. That's pretty incredible.
No, I've been an agent for 27.
Oh, okay. But you've only been calling for.
I just started changing my business for prospecting about 3 years ago. I've always done in the past 10 years, I was between 4 and 500,000 in GCI. And when I started doing it the first year, I went to $1 million. Last year I went to 1.8. And then this year we're shooting for 2.5.
So prospecting's made a dramatic difference between driving that little Toyota that you drove and whatever you have now. Just kidding. It's a dramatic jump. That's a dramatic jump.
It's funny that you asked because I'm actually buying a Tesla today. So.
Yeah.
Which one are you getting?
I'm getting the Model X.
I've got a Model X, or it's my second Model X I bought. You'll love.
I've heard great things. And
it's a happy life. It's a happy life.
Did you see what calling can do for you? Wow. You've tripled your business just by starting calling 3 years ago.
Yeah. There's a lot more people that you couldn't, if you don't pick up the phone and call people, I don't care who you're calling. Like if you don't pick up the phone and call your clients, your sphere, expireds, for sale by owners, reaching out to people that need help, you can't expand your sphere and the people that would know you. The only other way that you can do it is by geographically doing a lot of mailings, and that's a lot of money. And it takes a long time to recoup from it.
Yeah, that's like a long term.
It's not instant.
Right, and that comes off the bottom line. The phone call doesn't cost a thing, but those.
The ROI is great on the phone.
I know, but those postcards can add up. That can just I got all this money. Oh, I had to pay all these bills.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So
yeah, it's been great.
So what would be a really good kind of tip to give to our new agents that are just starting out calling and are kind of not really strong on the phones yet, not really confident?
So I think that it's with anything you do, you just fake it until you make it. Like you gotta just do it. Like you don't need to, because I talk to a lot of people that call and ask me about this, and they'll be like, well, what do you mail? What's your email? What's your fancy campaign? I don't mail anything. I don't do nothing. It is just calling. So, so you just got to do it. And if you don't get it, who cares? If you have to call 500 people to get your training in and get hung up on every one, keep figuring out what to say and what to do. You just have to do it. People over prepare. What's the whole saying? Ready, aim, fire, ready, aim, fire. I just say, just go fire. Just do it.
I love that advice. It's so true. Just call. Don't overanalyze. Don't start digging into the expired and start looking at the bedrooms and bathrooms. Just call.
That's right.
Amazing advice. Thank you so much.
Right. There are a lot of people that want to get there, and I think it's very, in Carolyn Young's case, it's very Nike. Just do it. Just don't stand there and think about it. I mean, how many times, do people call? I'm getting ready to call this one. Oh, let me look and see when they bought it. Oh, let me look and see how much they paid for it. Oh, let me look and see how much their mortgage is before they even call and talk themselves out of it. I don't
even look at it. I just call.
Right. There you go. Right.
If I start engaging in a conversation, then I'll just pull it up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but you don't need to do any research in advance.
No, I know. It's a form of call reluctance when they do that. So, but it's so how many people do you think you talk to every morning? How many conversations do you have when you make your calls?
I would say, right now there's no inventory. So there's not very many, properties coming off. So the conversations are tough, just because there's not new. I'm actually going through some of the older inventory right now that didn't sell because it is the time to sell because there is no inventory.
Mm-hmm.
But my goal is to, I try to, I was doing a lot more appointments, Ren, and I had to back off because I was working myself to death. I was going on about 25 appointments a month. And I was like, man, it was just a lot. So I had team members step up their goals more. And I'm at this point, my goal is to list 15 a month. So I'll go on, I have a good average on my listing take, the listings I take versus what I go on, about 95% average that I list the ones I go on.
95%?
That's a good batting average.
Now that's almost impossible, but so you're pre-qualifying really well, and you're getting it pretty well established before you head out, I gather.
Yeah. So
and you have a pretty strong presentation. Would that be a fair estimate?
Yeah, but I think a lot of it is it's funny you say that I pre-qual a lot, and I don't.
You don't.
More so. I do a little bit more, but yeah, a lot of people try to over qualify their appointment. And if you're a new agent, I don't care if somebody is unmotivated, go meet them, because it gives you a chance to do a presentation. Like, go. I went on all of them.
I think that would be fair if you're brand new out of the box. You need the practice. So
yeah, that's true.
But I still go. Most of mine, like I went on in the last 6 months. I had 3 listings I went on that. I mean. All 3 of these listings I went on were $250,000 overpriced.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that's because all the prices are high up there. What's a typical? Well, they're like you're saying. They
were just overpriced.
That's really
I was like,
overpriced.
But the one I had that that was listed at 1.8. I said, look, I don't even know what you want to talk to me. Like, what are you thinking? Like, where are you getting from? And they're like, well, there's no comps. I'm like, what do you mean there's no comps? Like, there is 2 comps for your house. Your house ain't that unique, So I said, I'd be willing to talk to you. I said, but you're like way off, your pricing here. And if that's the case, just rent it, keep it for the rest of your life before it's going to get where you want it. You know what I mean?
Good.
But anyway, oddly enough, they were like, they listed and they reduced it $300,000. So,
well, because you put it in, you planted that seed. Like, you guys are out of your minds, and then they digested it by the time you got out there. They knew you were not going to list it at 1.8.
But if I talked to them and I qualified and said, okay, they think their house is worth and they're not reducing, maybe you wouldn't go. But if you don't have the opportunity to ask for that.
Yeah. Good call.
You got to be careful about overqualifying, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Especially for new agents, like you said, it's really good practice to get through the entire presentation. Even if you don't close, it's really good practice.
Hey, I tell you, even if you don't get any of the listings, if you can go on 3 or 5 listing appointments a month, after about 4 or 5 months, you're going to be pretty good at your listings.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking to all different personalities and people and styles, and so it'll definitely help you get your skills together. That's for sure.
I agree.
This is very, 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 very helpful information. And I think for those people that are, because they're, Carolyn, it. A lot of people watching right now, they do 1 or 2 buyer sales a month. They get a listing because they meet somebody looking for a house that has to sell one. And they would love to get to where they purposefully take a listing or 2 every week. And this is helpful stuff. They just need to just go do it, talk to as many people as they can every morning. And with that, what did you say, hunter mindset?
Yes.
That's it.
And you got a list to last, right? So
you got a list. Well, that's the thing in our business. If you're heavy on the buy side of the business, after about 8 years, your brain just sort of explodes and you leave the business. But if you are on the listing side of the business, people that have been on the listing side of the business, you check with them a decade or 2 later, they are happy. Yeah. And you are one of them with your new, what color are you going to get? That new Model X.
I'm getting the black.
Ooh, chic. Yeah. I love it.
The black car, black rims. It's the tan interior with the wood trim.
Ooh, I love the tan interior. Nice. You have to send us a picture of you in front of it.
I will.
And we'll all put it on our vision board.
I know. I've tortured myself with it for about the past year. And I said, you know what? I will tell you too, it's not like I have this great, well-balanced life. Like, I'm working my, what off. So
yeah.
I work on that.
Yeah. Well, you are going to be hooked. You'll probably never go back once you switch.
Everybody, I have several clients and friends with Teslas, and everybody says, if you get one, and honestly, for me, it's because I'm on the phone so much when I'm in the car. It's the safety features of the self-driving and stuff. I think that'll be super helpful to me. Mm-hmm. But I've been working my rear end off for the past 3 years, and it's something I want, and I decided, I'm just going to go ahead and
It's
do
just a joy to drive. It's just a joy to drive. I have a gasoline car, and it's got like 3,000 miles on it. And it's a year old because I never drive it because it's no fun to drive. But the Model X is a hoot. It just is.
That's what everybody says.
It's so much fun. You will never go back.
I can't wait. I'm super
Good for you.
excited.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I want to thank you, Carolyn. This has been great. This is inspiring. This will help a lot of our folks. And do you want referrals? Do you want people to send you some referrals? The North,
I would love
that DC, Northern Virginia, Maryland, West Virginia, Loudoun County. Is it CarolynYoung.com?
CarolynYoungHomes.com.
CarolynYoungHomes.com. Okay, folks.
Referrals.
Send her listing referrals or buy referrals or both. Or yourself. Just go buy a home from her.
That's right.
So, folks, if you're watching on Vulcan7, you want to get involved with the Lead Gen Facebook group who simulcasts the show, they are at facebook.com/groups/got-objections. And finally, if you're watching on Facebook and you're not yet involved with Vulcan7, can't imagine, but make sure to sign up at vulcan7.com/leadgen for a very special deal. And everybody's like puzzling, like, how do I just be just a little bit like Carolyn Young? Well, I've got the secret, folks. I've got the secret recipe. If you want to be like Carolyn Young and be highly successful, all you do is, after you've made your calls and gotten beat up, you go to the freezer and get delicious Grater's Mint Chocolate Chip. This is the one for listings. This is the one that if you eat a couple bites of this every day, you will list homes as fast as Carolyn Young. It's sold all over North America. Go to graters.com to find the store. Get the mint chocolate chip. The Rocky Road flavor, that's working buyers, obviously. So see you next week when we have another exciting guest. See you guys then, everybody. Thanks, Carolyn.
Hi, thanks everyone.
Hey,
Thanks, Carolyn.
Thank you, Carly. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.